Hello traders, welcome back to my channel Trade with Sunny. Today is 23rd of December and you're watching gold chart. It's a 1 month time frame and we are going to analyze it. Before that, I'm going to show you my previous trade analysis on Nasdaq and pound dollar from the previous week. I posted those analysis here and let's see how they are unfolding, and then we will analyze gold for upcoming weeks. So this was the pound dollar, and I've so if you see this monthly chart, you see this red box. We traded into it. I gave my trade in from in here. I will show you in a minute, and it dropped down, straight down. The monthly candle went below this previous month's low and took it already, which was our second target. And let's dive into the daily time frame of pound dollar. So this was something, let me show you on where I posted this stuff. This was the Nasdaq analysis. So yeah, here is the analysis I posted last week. So if you see, yeah, it's this on daily time frame, so that's why you are not able to see long candles going too far, but they have definitely covered lots of points down, coming down there. It's around plus so below this low we've got 1.248, and from here 1.277. That's around 300 pips profit so far. So I gave all the instructions here on trading view. We have got our trade active, and later we had closed it manually, took partial profits of 200 pips, which has now been gone up to 300 pips and still counting. So we are gonna what we're gonna do is that we are gonna drop our stop loss to this high. We have definitely took the 300 pips profit. At least you have closed, you should have closed most part of your trade now, because we have taken this low, and we are gonna, I believe we are gonna go further below these lows, or maybe I can see this thing, this here. I believe we're gonna get into this one, and we can get rejected from this one, but we can also dive below this and come back into it, use this one as an inverted gap, and start moving lower, and to take these two lows, this low and this low, which are our targets for sure. So if we see rejection from this one, and see that it has taken some sort of structure from here with strong momentum and some strong volume candles on daily chart, so if we take a swing high, then I would probably see if we can buy it, but for now it's strongly bearish for me, so I won't be looking for any bullish trade at all. So next is gonna be Nasdaq. Today it hasn't moved much for today on Monday, but it still is showing strong momentum towards the second target. At least we are gonna hit it tomorrow on Tuesday 24th of December in New York AM session. If not AM, then definitely in the PM session. So that's not something to worry about. It's just consolidating here around after hitting our first target, which I have already told you in my previous video, and now we are looking for if you have already, if you must have taken the partial profits, but you should also take your stop loss into the profits. And now I see this Monday's low. Yeah, this I believe is gonna get ripped off sooner or later, but I think we should put our stop losses below this one, or even if you want to make it higher, you can put it here below the close of these candles. This is 1 hour. Let's go on 4 hour. Yeah, the 4 hour has tapped this fair value gap in here. You see this one didn't retrace back to the equilibrium, which shows it has got some strong momentum for going to take the buy side. which is above these highs and which is our final target as well. So let's get on to gold now and analyze it, how it is going to unfold. Let's start from monthly time frame. Yeah, let's go from the descending order. Yeah, so we have got this monthly fair value gap in here. Let me show you this one from the bottom of this candle, sorry, from the top of this candle to the bottom of this candle. Yeah, so the top of this candle and the bottom of this candle. So I'm gonna decrease this. Yeah, so it's a bit far from the current price, but this is something really important thing I see on the gold chart for upcoming dealing range. So if you see, this candle is responsible for breaking with strong momentum above the stronghold, which I won't call it a resistance or support, but that I will call it a previous all-time highs. Like it stayed here, came here at 2020, then came back at this point in 2022, then came back and 2023, then tried to move up from broke this highs, took the liquidity but closed below these highs. So still I would say this is the candle which broke these highs, all of them, and sent the markets far from here. So whenever we are gonna trade back into these areas, we are definitely gonna use these levels with some information on smaller time frame like daily and 4 hours charts. So for now I will leave this one for you to study, and we will go into another one which is here. If you see, which has you see this one, this gap, you see this gap is, I will remove these ones for now, though they are important things, but I'll mark them again for you. So we have already traded into this fair value gap, and we started they reversed the candle and closed far above from this fair value gap. That's a monthly fair value gap, but they try to come into it again, and I believe they can get this low as well, and come starting moving lower, because the gold has already made a nice rally since last few months. If you see, since 21st, since we had the last black candle on 1st of January 2024, and whole year we started moving higher. This candle was just dodgy, but other than that, if you see, we haven't closed even a single month's candle that was bearish, and this was the first one. So we will see what it's telling us on weekly time frame. So if we see, I will make this one precise. We have got weekly fair value gap in here. Hope you can see this one. Yeah, so if you see how perfect is that, this weekly fair value gap got tapped into its equilibrium and started moving higher with really strong momentum. If you see the very next candle, it didn't even try to make a wick down here, but it started moving higher and closed without any wick as well. So we had another fair value gap in here on the weekly chart. This one, you see, we traded back into it, rejected it with not as strong as it came up, but it did rejected it with strong momentum back down here, then came into it. This wick shows, if you see this candle's wick, this shows me that it has strong probability to go down below these lows at least. Okay, so let's get into the daily time frame. So what's the daily telling us is that, yeah, we can precise this weekly into daily as well. If you see this one, the daily time frame fair value gap, we didn't trade into it here, but they came back to tap this one all the way from back there, down there, and they rejected from here. Then they got traded into this fair value gap, and you see they rejected from here again to this gap, then they sent back down again into this gap. So there is another thing marked with this blue one. If you see, I remove all these, it was just for your information. So I'll remove this one as well. I'll keep this one. So if you see this blue one, what's that? That is actually the actual gap. You see in between these candles, the candle of 6 December and the candle of 9 December. You see that? That's a new week opening gap from Friday to Monday. Okay, so I'll mark this again here. So this is, I'll write it down as well. Sorry. This is new week opening gap. And we have already broke below this one, yeah, and we started coming back into it. I can see a small little fair gap in here as well, but I would consider the new week opening gap instead, because that is something more stronger than the fair value gap. So it has traded back into it, yeah. It didn't left just a little bit pierced into this wick, but otherwise it didn't even left its own fair value gap yet, but it did to go into the, sorry, this, yeah, so go into the new week opening gap. So I believe we are gonna start moving lower from, we have already started moving lower, but we can look for a trade in here, not right now, but maybe in tomorrow's AM session, to take this low at least. This is gonna be your first target. I'll mark my yellow line. This is gonna be your first target, and this is gonna be our second target. And I would say that this would be our second target, and remember the monthly time frame I showed you, this one. This is gonna be our final target. Okay, so this one is gonna be our target, the final target. So let's look at 4-hour chart, what it's telling us. So it's already started moving lower, but that's not something I would say that it has already made its final move, but it can move again. So we have to concise our stop loss so that we can configure with this target one. At least we should get at least 1:2, 1:3 RR trade to, which is like we have to take 1:2 RR by comparison to the target 1, not target 3. Okay, so that's how I trade. I can hold my second trade, my small portion of my trade towards target, final target, but I actually analyze the trade on the basis of my first target. So I can't see anything important on 4-hour chart. I would go on 1 hour now. So I believe this is a turtle soup. These highs getting ripped off, they're not, to me, they're not a market structure shift, but I believe they are gonna come back down. So our stop loss is gonna be above this new week opening gap. Okay, and sorry, our stop is gonna be above this new week opening gap, at least above this candle. So that's gonna be our stop loss, and I'll write as well. And yeah, so we need to look for an entry which I can see. We can get an entry in this zone. Yeah, you see this fair value gap in 1 hour. These two candles took this low and left little gap which was tapped in here. Yeah, I believe they should come in here tomorrow AM session in the New York, and then it can also trade back up to new week opening gap. That's something I would consider, but that's why I've taken a stop loss above here. So how far is our target from this zone? It is 2620 to 2570, let's say. That's 50 points, and 2620 to 2645, that's 25 points. Yeah, so that's exactly 1:2. So I would go for this one. I would do like this one. Okay, so this is our first target, and that's 1:2. So if we move further below this one towards this one, that's gonna be huge profit, even if we just hold a small portion of our trade. So for now, this is our analysis, and safe trading, guys. Take care of yourself. Until next time, bye.